Good morning. My name is Terry Morgan. It is Tuesday, April 21st, and we're here to practice Wudang Taiji. I have my coffee, very important for me. I have my cat. I have some birds outside, nice birds. I'm going to close that door in just a second so that we're not troubled by my neighbor's pet. And this morning I want to focus a little bit more on what's going on inside as we're practicing. Just listening to a news item about some people want to stay home and they're going to learn Tai Chi and they're going to get a video and learn Tai Chi. They get my video and learn Tai Chi. Actually, no. I have yet to meet anyone who can successfully learn from a video. If you've studied something else and you're gonna go look at a video, maybe you could. There's potential for that. But as much as we can learn from a video or recording, or in my case right now, live stream, is not sufficient to understand the art. There needs to be an in-person interaction with somebody who understands what they're doing, to be able to look at what you're doing and say, that looks good, keep doing that, or it's a little rough over here, there's some work that needs to be done. So if all you do is look at a video and try and imitate what that video is doing, okay, you will only ever learn one way, because there's only one way on the video, right? Whatever's been taught on the video is there on the video. That's it. Now I'm making a video, so I'm aware of this. That's why I tell the date every time at the very beginning. I'm doing that deliberately. I want that date there. Now, I probably should say the year as well, so it's 2020. We all kind of know that, so but I need to do that because I'm recording. So when you look at a video, you see what that person did on that day at that time. That's what you see. If you repeat that video, replay that video over and over and over and over and over again so that you can learn, that's the point of having the video, so you can play it back and you can learn from it, right? You play that back and you learn from it. You only ever learn that one day interpretation from that one person who's on that video. You need more for the art. If you want to learn to do some movements, it's fine. It's not a problem. If you want to learn the art, if you actually want to learn Tai Chi, you need. Anybody that's been following me this last couple of weeks as I've started these videos understands that, because each time I come back, each day that I'm here, I do pretty much the same set of exercises. I've introduced quite a bit, and so I'm pretty much doing the same set of exercises. And I'm doing the same segment from the first part of our Wudang Taiji form. I will guarantee you that, besides the cat walking around the background, I will guarantee you that if somebody was to compare each of those videos day after day, where I'm doing the same thing, you could look at it and say, well, that's different. Well, that's a little bit different. Yeah, I'm human. I do things differently from day to day. One day I'm kind of grumpy. Yesterday was a good one. Today, not so much. It's a pretty good day so far. So I want this on the record to be understood as this idea that one time, one video is okay to play around with. If you want to learn something about the art, if you actually want to understand what you're doing, it's not enough. Start with our warm-up sets. Okay, so feet about shoulder width apart. First movement is both elbows back. 1, 2, turn the fist, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 3, 4. Okay, change. Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, side. One hand over, one hand down. Stretch through the side here as you turn, as you stretch over. Pull this up and bring it over. 1, 2, reverse it. This comes up, this goes over, right? 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, last one, 3, 4. All right. Both hands up, all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bend the knees. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Straighten up. We step just a little bit wider. And we're going to swing side to side. Pay attention to the waist and the hips as we do this. So, to the toe, 1, 2, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, roll up. Good. As we have worked on the upper body, let's work on the legs a little bit. All right, right leg front, left leg back. Is it very gentle? All right. So knee over the toes, toes going straight ahead. Back foot, heel is down, toes about 45. Bend the knee, open the hip. Open the hip here so that you can sit in between your legs. All right? So I can open and bend both my legs and I just go straight down. All right? That's what you want to be able to do. Okay? So we're going to turn face this way. Gentle push into the right leg. Push the knee up to the toes, not beyond. Keep the weight in the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And change. Other side. Same arrangement of the legs, 45, straight ahead. You're going this way, right? Going straight ahead. 1. Knee goes up to the toes, not past the toes. Try to sink as you go forward, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Down. Now we're going to keep going. So you use your hands. All right. I'm still leaning forward a little bit. I need to be a little bit stronger through my hip and my abs. I used to be able to do this. I'm going to be able to do it again. It's that simple. Right now, I need some props. So fingers. Okay. All right. So I have this hand is up, and what I want to try and do is push myself into a more vertical position. So my hand here underneath my leg is helping. Alright. This leg flat on the floor. Alright. Ultimately, all my weight's going to be on this leg. Alright. This leg over here is just kind of helping me balance right now. It's not doing all that much. And I'm going to put my other hand down and I'm going to change to the other side. And as I put myself down here, same thing. I've got my hand to support, and I'm trying to put all of my weight, excuse me, I need to, there we go. I want all my weight on whichever the supporting leg is. It needs strength in the leg. It needs holding strength in the leg. It needs the ability to sustain the weight in that particular position. Okay? And I will tell you from past experience, the only way to do it is to do it. So as we just did, I've used my hands a little bit. There are some other techniques that would come up from the floor as opposed to going down to the floor. Mine have always been the go down to the floor technique. I had mentioned I've studied dance, so plie, grand plie, down to the floor, come back up, go down, come up. As I got older, I kind of stopped doing some of that, and I've decided I'm going to get back to it, so we're back to it. All right, for the beginning section that we have of Wudang Taiji, I'm going to do the form facing you. Think about, so yesterday I said, think about this continuity. This is, I want the shape of the form as I move across the room. What kinds of changes, left side, right side, where does the movement go? Okay? I asked you to think about that yesterday. Today, I want you to think about a little bit more what makes up that movement. How did she get from this point to this point? Not only let me look at the shape now, I'm watching the waves go by, right? Let me look at how those waves are formed. Let's start looking at the specific shape of each of those movements. And pay attention to the transition from one to the next. And I'm going to try and make those real clear. Yeah, let me start right here. Feet about shoulder width, or excuse me, feet together. Pull up through the crown of the head, right? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so you notice I stopped talking. I was paying attention to what I was doing. So as I went through the form this time, I stopped in several places. Doesn't belong there. I put it there deliberately to show where those changes are. So I'm asking you to pay attention to something. I need you to understand what you're supposed to pay attention to. That's what you're supposed to pay attention to. Those where I made those stops is where we have the transition to the next movement. All right? Try with me. I'm not going to stop, but I am going to go slow. Feet together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Transfer the weight onto the right. Open the left. Turn the toes. Pull the toes in and out. Come to center. Left side, reach down, pull up. Turn to the right. Press down. Center. Pull up. Press up. Turn. Pull down. Shift back. Push. Pull down. Shift back. Push. Left. Right. Straight ahead. Pull down. Up. Straight ahead. And turn in front. 1, 2, 3. Double punch. Shift the weight. Right heel. Step up. Step back. And close. Okay. These turns, remember I was doing a little that floor stretch a minute ago and, saying, this goes all the way down, right? All the way down. Okay, that's what this move does. All 4 of them. Okay. So we are here, push. I want to be able to drop all the way down, which I currently cannot do, and then transfer my weight, which is a whole lot of work in hips, to this leg, so that I can come up on the other side. I have seen this done. I know people who can do it. I have some video of people doing this, so I know the mechanics of doing it. My body just has not ever really been able to do that. Needed to have started much earlier. But there are some of those extensions that are reasonable to be expected and definitely possible to achieve. And so I want to, frame this with the idea that there are some folks who can do these moves to the extent that I'm talking about. Had a young man come to class a few years ago. Very limber. Not a problem. He was right there. All right, so there are people who can do this, and I want them to understand that that's where this goes. That's where this goes. I also want people to understand that if you're practicing and that's not what you can do today, or maybe not something that you even care to think about doing, right? That's okay too. That's fine. That's not what makes Tai Chi practice good Tai Chi practice. The extent of the movement is not what makes it good practice. What makes good practice is the combination of coordinated movement and breath, understanding what the movements are and their dynamic, and being able to execute them well, regardless of how big or how small that movement is. It should be done well. And according to the principles and what guides the form. So, as an international judge, I've looked at a lot of forms. There are things that are correct for Yang style that are not correct for Chen style. There are things that are correct for Chen style that are not correct for Wu style. And many other differences that we have to pay attention to and we want to respect if we're going to learn the art. I started this with a discussion about you're going to learn something versus you're going to learn the art. Okay? If you're going to learn something, it's whatever you do is good. It's fine. If you want to learn the art, then you should understand a little bit more than just here's a couple of moves and you go do something. My first acquaintance with that was Miss Tanya, who insisted that I go learn at least 50 years of ballet history in the modern era, that I needed to understand what that was if I was going to even think about taking her class. I did. It was amazing. It was amazing. So there's a lot to learn here. Let's do this again. I'm going to face this way, feet together. And before I quit today, before I stop today, I'm going to do this 2 more times. So this is 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Pull up. Relax the whole body and breathe out. Sink. Pull up through the torso, bend the legs, stretch out. Pull in. And turn. Center. Pull up on the left. Come across the chest. Down on the right. Turn to center. Up along center line, palms turn over, press up. Palms face each other, left side, right side, left side, right side. Turn to left, palms turn over, press out, pull down. Turn, push. Pull down. Turn. Push. Shift back. Left side. Right side. Left side. Straight ahead. And turn. Right side. And turn to the front. 1, 2, 3. Circle, double punch, transfer the weight, right heel, step through, and step back, Okay. At the beginning here, circulating the breath at the very beginning does a number of things for the form as well as for your practice. It establishes your breathing pattern for the set. Whatever your timing is. I'm relaxed, I'm very relaxed, I'm not as relaxed, I'm breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're more comfortable, your breath is going to be slower. If you're more stressed, your breath is going to be faster. If you're anxious about something, your breath is going to be faster. If you're calm and peaceful, your breath is going to be slower. What you want to ultimately be able to do is to decide, not let whatever it is, but you want to be able to decide, I want my breath at this rate. This is what I'm going to do today. When you can do that, it doesn't take all that long, really, to gain that skill. It doesn't take that long. It's practice. Once you can do that, now all of a sudden you can change what was something of a more stressful situation into your response to it being a more relaxed response. So instead of your breathing accelerating because you're in a stressful situation, you learn how to slow down your breathing so that you're telling yourself, hey, it's okay. Alright? So, this breathing, it's really important. Alright? So, as you breathe in, I mean, think about the small heavenly circle. I've introduced this in Qigong class. Small heavenly circle starts at the lower Tantian, goes up the back, and comes down the front, returns to the lower Tantian. As you breathe in, that's your pattern for your circle. Up the back, and down the front. One circulation. The second circulation, the second breath, is where you start the transition of your weight over to your right leg so that you can release the left to do the first move, right? So I'm here, breathe in, everything pulls up, and I'm ready, getting ready to release this leg and transfer all the weight here. Right now, it's fairly even. I've got probably 60 here, 65, 35, 60, 40-ish, something like that. As I breathe out, sink, my weight comes off of the left, and I can push the heel out to the right and turn to come back to center. So as I'm doing just this very beginning movement, there's a lot more going on than what you see visibly. What you see visibly is me standing here for 5 seconds-ish, something like that. And then you see me slowly start to sink. You don't see any of the breath work that I just talked about. You don't see any of that weight change. I would see it if I were looking at somebody in person. But I've been looking at this for 40 years. So, yeah, that's a 40. So, I kind of know what I'm looking at. The average person isn't going to see that unless they know what to look for. Now you know. All right. I'm going to break down more of the movements in this first part of the form in a similar manner to what I just did. Let's go one more time. Follow me. Feet together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Extend the left. Turn the toes. Pull in. Press out. And turn. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Pull down. Shift back. Push. Down. Left. Right. Straight ahead. Pull down. Up. Press out. Now 1, 2, 3. Double punch. Shift. Right heel. Don't step on the cat. And step up. Step back. And close. Sometimes I have obstacles to overcome, all right? So the idea, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to stop for the day. What you want to be able to do is that in whatever direction you need to move, you can move there, okay? Wherever you need to put your foot, you can put it there. The movements and the practice in the form have a prescribed direction, they have a prescribed position. So with this move, assuming no cat, right? I'm going to continue straight ahead. Right? I'm not going off to either side. I'm here. So when my cat was in the way, what do? I'm not going to kick my cat. So I put my foot someplace else. That principle, that idea that I can put it wherever I want it, is precisely what you want, precisely the skill that you want to develop. It's not, I can only do this one way. It's, I've got this move and I can do it, and where should I put it? It's much more fun that way. Thank y'all for coming this morning. I appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. And I know there's a mouse button here somewhere. There it is.